Welcome back, everybody, to the Huge Sack Podcast. I am steering the way to start this program. I am Lance. I'm joined with, as always, Bill and Luke. We still don't have Gabe this week, but he will join us again. Just be patient with him. But we're going to take a look at this is post week 5 of the NFL, so we're going to kind of take a little look at week 5 of the NFL, do our predictions for week 6. We're going to do an updated tier list for Super Bowl contenders, playoff teams, and the shit teams of the NFL, to put it lightly. Bill, let's get to it.
All right. I'm going to switch us over to our tier list right off the rip. I think we just jump right in and let them know. Let's start with the Saints. Now, the Saints are, you got to help me out here. Give me a record. Lance, can you pull it up on your phone? Or on something? And I'm going to pick a team, and I need the record and a little rundown of how the team is doing.
Okay.
As far as I know, that the Saints recently kind of laid the shit on. So they beat someone pretty bad pretty recently here, right?
Yeah, the New Orleans Saints, they're 3-2. The team that they just kicked the shit out of, that you said, were the New England Patriots at home. So big win for them. Overall, I think this team is coming out of the gate a little slower than I expected to start the season. They were my favorite to win the NFC South. Defense looks fantastic, though. I think it's a top 10 for sure defense in the NFL. Offense needs to get going. I'm a big Derek Carr fan. I know either of you two aren't necessarily, but I'm a big Derek Carr fan. I have faith in him. But for right now in that division, I think Tampa looks like they're the best team in the division. So for me, I'm going to put the Saints on the bubble.
I think I'm with you on this. That's kind of right where they belong, in my opinion. Record aside, I think that the team is not going to be like, blowing anybody out other than your shit teams, and we'll get to that later. I agree with Bubble. Luke, what do you think? Hi, Luke. How you doing?
Oh, hey, yeah. Good to hear from you guys. Yeah, I'm right with the Bubble too. I really just don't care for the Saints at all. They're blowing out teams that are kind of going to be in our shit/shittier category. But I really just haven't seen anything of greatness out of them. They got a chance for the playoffs, but they have a good chance of not the playoffs too.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
Go
ahead.
I was just going to add that I think they have to win the division. I don't think they're going to make one of those 3 wild card spots. Just want to throw that in there.
Okay, that's fair. Something I will say about that's the NFC. And the NFC North looks terrible. So I think that usually the NFC North takes a wild card spot, let's be real. For the last 5-10 years. Sorry, probably not the last 5 years, but like 10, if you go back 10 years, the Vikings and the Packers and the Bears actually were taking wild card spots. So I think that there is opportunity for this division to send someone through the wild card. I wouldn't say that the division, but your opinion's your opinion, Lance. Okay, Lance, pick another team for us. We'll just go by your picks.
Okay. I guess let's just go division by division. And I'll go with the first place Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're 3-1 and opposite from the Saints. I think they're exceeding my expectations. I thought going into the season, this was going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. I don't believe in Todd Bowles as a coach, but he has that defense also playing very well. I don't think they're as good as the Saints defense, but Bucks defense is definitely top in the NFL too. And then Baker's
Yeah.
slinging it around, and he's getting some good games in a Bucks uniform. So much so that I think the team wants him back next year.
That's what it's
is what
looking
I'm
like.
starting to
Dude,
what I'm starting to see.
I think he's kind of found his spot. I think when he was drafted by the Browns, everybody kind of knew, right? He was either going to save that
Yeah.
team to the point where they were competing for a Super Bowl, or he was going to
Mhm.
be traded to a different team and find his home. And I think
Yeah.
he got who? Where did he all play? Did he play in
Last year was he started the year in
Carolina, and then he went to L.A.
The Rams. Yep.
So I think we kind of are finally seeing him find his home, maybe.
hmm
I think we
Yeah.
knew that he was good enough to play starting quarterback in the league through last year, but knew that those weren't the teams for him. I mean, he's playing half a season with both of them.
Right.
So,
And the Rams was a placeholder until Stafford got back.
correct.
Yeah.
Luke. So where do we put them then? Playoffs?
I put them in playoffs. Yeah. I think they're going to win the South.
I think I'm with you.
I agree with putting them in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be
No.
in the Super Bowl, though.
No.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. It's just
No
it comes
Super
down
Bowl.
to one of the teams in this division has to end up in playoffs. That's
Mhm.
it. So, Lance, who do we got next?
All right. Let's go next to the only winless team in the NFL right now, the Carolina Panthers. Just very young team with the first pick in the draft last year. Bryce Young, very slow start. I thought Frank Reich was going to be a good fit, quarterback minds, good offensive coordinator, but they just can't find a win to save their lives right now. Yeah, I mean, only winless team in the NFL, you got to put them in more shit.
I think it's more shit.
I mean, you have to.
There's no way that they deserve any other spot.
Yeah.
Yep. All the way down there. I mean, it's hard to be the worst team in the NFL the year before, get that first round pick, and then expect to be good. Go ahead.
They actually weren't the worst team last year. The Bears
were,
and they traded for the first pick.
Correct.
So
now
the worst team last year. But
now with that, I don't think that was a bad decision. I think that they do have a quarterback that can play.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's just young.
They just got to find their way right now.
Yep. All right, I got him in more shit. What do we got next?
All right. Next is the last team in the NFC South, Atlanta Falcons. They are also 3-2, but they're kind of just, I don't know how to say it. I think they're just kind of pulling wins out of their ass. I mean, they have to come behind the win. They won against the Panthers. They just barely beat the Texans last week, and they beat Luke's Packers. And they had to come back to win.
Which was barely once again. Yep.
Right. So, I mean, honestly, I don't think this is a very good team offensive-wise until they put their backup quarterback in Taylor Heinicke. I don't think Desmond Ritter's a starting quarterback in the NFL. But Heinicke, he'll get you some wins. So I think it's time to turn it over. I will just say outstanding rookie running back Bijan Robinson. He is taking over their games, and he's the reason they're winning.
Yeah.
I would say that Robinson is the only shining star on that team. I know that they have a winning record right now, but I don't put them in the bubble. I would put them in the shit, but not the more shit.
I would put them in the bubble, but I've been riding high on this team. If I understand if we want to put them in shit, there's a obligation maybe to.
We We ran into this when we were doing our originals. I think they're going to sneak out enough games that they're going to be on the bubble at the end of the year. But
Yeah.
roster wise, I think they're. I would agree with Luke in the shit.
In the shit? Okay, we'll go with the shit. You know, and I'm a little disappointed in that because I do feel like this Falcons team is better than the Saints after 5 weeks.
I don't think Desmond Ridder is better than Derek Carr.
I think that Desmond Ridder needs to get a little bit more in tune with his offense, and he could be. I think throwing Heineke in right now would just fuck up their whole season. I think they're finally kind of trying to. I think it all comes down to chemistry with this team, and I think these young teams are all kind of like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I put them in the shit. Give us another division, Lance.
Okay. All right. Let's head to the AFC South. I'll start it off with the Tennessee Titans. 2-3. They're in the bottom of the AFC South. I don't really know what to say about this team. I mean, they always have a good defense under Mike Vrabel. He keeps them in games, and year after year, it seems like the Titans win games they shouldn't, and they lose games that they shouldn't. So on paper, I have no idea who this team is. Ryan Tannehill, I don't know if he's a starting quarterback in the NFL anymore. Derrick Henry's starting to slow down, but I mean, when you think he's starting to slow down, he'll bulldoze you.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think the problem with this.
Tennessee-
I think the problem with this
Yeah,
team,
but-
just like you said, they're always gonna kind of be in it for some
Yeah.
stupid reason. I think you have to put them in the bubble just because, like, even if we don't think they're a good team, they're gonna end up somewhere around that bubble. That's just how they've been. They've been consistently doing that for 5-10 years. Not 10 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
I would put them in the bubble.
I can agree with the bubble.
Lance, you want to put them lower?
Yeah. Well, I kind of do because I kind of look at the rest of the division, and so I don't know. We're gonna have the whole division on the bubble. I like the two teams ahead of them way more than the Titans right now.
Well, one of
Yeah,
them's
I'm
gonna
with
make.
Lance. I did want. Nope. I want to call the Titans shit. I like calling teams shit.
Okay, put them in the shit.
They're in the shit. All right. Don't be surprised
Yeah.
if they fucking squeeze into playoffs with a wild card.
I won't be, but
I
I
will be.
Next at number 3, the Houston Texans. Again, very young team, had the second and third round pick last year. CJ Stroud is playing, I mean, damn near perfect right now. He's not winning every game, but hasn't thrown an interception yet.
Yep.
Through week 5. But yeah, very young team, new head coach. I think give this team a few years. I would love to put them on the bubble because they're competitive in every game.
Yeah, I got
Put
them.
them in the shit.
No way, dude. There's no way. Listen, I am the first.
There's absolutely every way.
Dude, last
They
year.
ain't making the playoffs.
Are you? Yeah, they're probably not making playoffs, but I don't have them in playoffs. I have them in bubble.
Shit.
Well, it's 2-1 against bubble, dude. I think that we have to put them in the bubble right now. They're.
I didn't remember hearing Lance say bubble yet.
I came out and said bubble.
Damn right.
Oh.
He says, "Oh."
Okay, I'm putting them in the bubble. I agree. I think that. Listen, I'm the first person to want to say that these are. I miss having the Texans to like rat on because they were the worst team in the league the last couple of years. But to be honest,
Very bad.
they're not the worst team in the league. They're doing okay. And you're right, they're competitive. So I'm with it. Bubble.
All right.
Yeah.
Takes us to the next is the Indianapolis Colts, second in the AFC South.
Shit.
3-2. Luke says shit right away. I mean, they got to get their running back situation figured out with Jonathan Taylor, which I think they have. He just needs to get healthy, is what I more mean about that. He got his contract. I think Anthony Richardson is he's a perfect fit in that Shane Steichen offense, but he can't stay healthy, and that's going to be a problem. They got to work with him on taking care of his body better and not running on every single play. But I mean, Gardner Minshew has come in a few games and he's finished and won games for him. I I think the Colts are going to be neck and neck with the Jaguars all the way to the end of the season. So I'm I'm voting to put the Colts on the bubble.
Luke, what did you voted shit?
I voted shit right away. They're not good.
The only thing that's pulling me towards bubble is Jonathan Taylor.
He doesn't even want to play for their team.
No, he wanted a
Not
contract.
now he does all of a sudden because he got his contract.
It's
He
like,
still wants out.
I don't know, man. I think he just wanted to get paid.
If it was
Yeah,
if it was
all these
all
running
the
backs that finally get paid start doing shit.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna throw him in the shit. Yeah, I'm with it. I think. Listen, I agree with what you say, Lance. But I just don't think that they're gonna be able. I think it's gonna be a lot like
yeah.
it's gonna be a lot like Trevor Lawrence's first year with the Jags. Like it was exciting to watch, but they didn't make playoffs.
Yeah.
They won some games, but they didn't actually compete for anything.
I guess I can agree with that. Now I'm hearing myself, and I think I'm giving them the same reasons as you wanted the Titans in the bubble. Is if we kind of got to look at them against the AFC, not just their division.
Right.
So, okay, yeah, I can agree with shit. At least we put Texans in the bubble, and Texans killed the Jaguars, so I think that was a solid win for them.
I
But
agree. Okay, so what do we got? Jags next?
yep, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. 3-2. They just had a big game over in London, beating the Buffalo Bills. I think that has to do more with traveling to London more than anything. I think if they play that on U.S. soil, the Bills crush them because I haven't seen much from the Jags yet. Their defense played really good against the Chiefs, shut them down, but offense hasn't really gotten going for me yet. And I don't know, maybe they needed 2 wins in London to come back and show their stuff, but I mean, I'm putting them in playoffs just because I think they're going to win the South.
Yep.
But if you put AFC as a whole, I think they're going to compete in every AFC game they play, so they would be a bubble overall, but I
Okay.
would just put them in playoffs just because I think they're going to win the South.
I'm
That
with it.
makes sense.
I agree with everything you just said.
So what you're saying is we're putting them as a contender.
No.
No.
They are not contenders, and I think we know what teams are. So,
Yeah.
to me, okay, there's like four to me, and we'll get to them. Lance, keep us going.
Okay. Hop back to the NFC. Let's just go ahead and go with your boys' division, the NFC North. Start off with the Vikings. I know my place for them, Phil. If you want to try to defend them,
It's shit.
but
Listen, it's shit. They belong in shit right now. Not more shit. They do not belong in more shit.
I would beg to
Only right now,
differ.
I would say.
Go ahead, Luke.
I was gonna say they only belong there now. They belong there basically.
Okay, whatever. Okay, go ahead, Lance. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I'm just gonna put them. I want to put them in more shit just because they're not finding ways to win games. They're finding ways to lose games. and they can't hang on to the football.
You're not wrong,
They
but
do.
dude, they beat the
They
Panthers.
do have the same the worst team in the league.
Yeah, but that doesn't
They
mean
have the
they're
same
equal. That
record
means
as the
they're better than the
I'm
Panthers.
putting the Broncos and Bears in more shit. And
No,
Broncos
no.
beat them.
Listen, let me throw this out at you guys, okay? This last game against the Chiefs, I understand that the Chiefs are struggling on offense as of late. Their offense has not been playing good. The Chiefs are up to their standard, I guess. All I'm saying is there was a couple irritating plays. The missed calls, I could say, for taking your helmet off on the field to complain to the ref about a pass interference that they picked up anyway. Little wonky there. I don't know. It seems like this Chiefs team has a lot of. To me, there was a lot of opportunity to win that game that the Vikings had no control over, other than, completing the pass. I just don't think that they're that shit. They've been competing with every team. They competed with the Chargers. They competed with the Chiefs. They competed with the they didn't compete with the Lions as much, right? Did they play the Lions?
I don't think they. No, Bucks. You're probably thinking
The Bucks, yeah. They didn't compete in much with the Bucks. I just feel like they've been
Yeah,
somewhat competing. All their losses are one possession. They've been
I get
playing
that.
That's how
good
their wins
teams.
were last year, though.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that they're contenders or even playoffs or even bubble. I'm fighting for them to be in shit instead of more shit. You get what I'm saying? They've been competing.
yeah.
You're right.
I
They're not
guess.
winning games. That's why I'd say that they're competing so that if a team is competing with all the other teams, they would be in the bubble. But they haven't been winning any of them, so they're shit. They go down one. That's my opinion. Luke, you get to decide.
Oh my god. I'll put them in shit. But if all they do this year is contend with their opponents, they are dropping to more shit.
Luke, that might have been the nicest thing you have ever said about the Vikings ever.
Yep. Don't you forget it.
I will not. All right, let's go on to the next one. We got them in shit.
All right. Next, Chicago Bears.
More shit.
1-4. More shit. All I gotta say.
Yeah.
They looked. I mean, they exploded against the Commanders. That does not change my vote.
Nope.
I will say it does seem nice that Fields is developing a relationship with the tight end commit, but that's not going to save their season, not by any shot.
Okay, I got them in more shit. Who's next?
All right. Next is Luke's Green Bay Packers. Luke, you want to defend them?
I can defend them slightly, I guess. It's Jordan Love shows a few good things here and there, but then this last game, it's just poor decision making. Looks like a rookie quarterback, and I don't know, he basically is. I don't. You can't really defend that too much. I think they are hopefully on track still to get about the 8 wins that I had predicted at the start of the year, which would probably put them on the bubble of being bubble or shit. They're probably like a high-end shit or a low-end bubble.
I am right with you. I agree with everything that you just said. I don't know what to do with that though. Should we just just for the sake of being above the Vikings, because I do think that they're better than the Vikings this year.
Just put them on the line.
I wish I could, dude. They snap. It snaps.
Can you make a whole new category so they're like shit plus or like a bubble minus?
I will next time. We gotta pick, dude. I will put them in the bubble. I will put them in the bubble only because they will be the only team competing for a wild card spot or a playoff spot from our division aside from the Lions. Because I don't think that the Vikings or the Bears are going to be able to even like be discussed as wild. Like they're rapidly losing opportunities to make playoffs. I think they're down to like both teams. I think with that record, you're at like a fraction of a percent of making a wild card spot, even with the additional 7th wild card spot.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Just because they do have a better record than both the Vikings and Bears.
Okay, Lions. I suppose Lance, where did you put them? You agreed with that bubble shit? So we put them in the bubble?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Perfect.
Lions. The Lions are here.
Yeah. I kind of want to.
No.
Playoffs for sure.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
But I'm close to playoffs.
I'm
plus.
close.
Contender
I'm close
minus.
too. I'm actually close.
But you're not there. You're close, so they're still playoffs. They are not those teams, guys. Think about the other teams that we haven't gotten to yet.
Fuck them other teams.
If they get, it only takes one game.
I get it, but would you pick them? Lions,
Yeah,
Lions,
no.
49ers. Would you pick the 49ers or the Lions?
Yeah, I'd pick the Niners.
So, I think we got to keep them out of there.
Yeah, playoffs.
Well, unless it's the championship game and the 49ers lose 3 quarterbacks again.
Okay. Yeah, there's an opportunity. All right. Where are we going, Lance?
Right. We're going to go to the AFC North. Started off, the Bengals are number 4 in the AFC North right now. Very, very slow start, just to put it lightly for the Bengals. But they had a good game. It was against the Cardinals. Jamar Chase is always open. Maybe Joe Burrow finally listened to that. I don't know.
They got 2 wins.
2 wins, yeah, they're 2 and 3. I want to put them on the bubble just because of years past, but I gotta put them in shit right now. Right now, as they sit, shit.
They are in shit to me too. I agree.
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
No excuses. No excuses.
I don't care that they're starting to do better.
If we do this,
I don't think I'm going to pick them for quite a while.
We can do this 5 weeks from now, and we can have them playoffs for sure. But as of right now, we got to call them what they are.
Yeah. I agree. That's why we're going to do these every 5 weeks.
All right. Cleveland Browns are next, sitting at 2 and 2. We're just on bye. Deshaun Watson's got something going on with his shoulder. I don't think he's playing this weekend. They lost Nick Chubb earlier.
Yeah.
With Nick Chubb, they look good with Nick Chubb. I maybe would have had him bubble, maybe even playoff team, but just because that defense looks really good too. But right now they're shit.
I agree. I think we have to put them in shit. With the Chubb injury and the Watson injury now, I mean, how far can you let them slip before you start to point some fingers, you know? So,
yeah,
I think we have to put them in shit as well. Luke, what do you think?
It sounds like I'm going to be outvoted, but I probably would have put them in the bubble. Nick Chubb is a lot better, but I thought that Jerome Ford and now they have Kareem Hunt as well could have picked up the slack a little bit, and they do have a really strong defense. So I would have thought that they'd be in the bubble.
You think? Okay, you kind of making me change my mind a little bit here. I forgot they have Kareem.
Well, and he has, I don't know if he's even really played yet, but that Jerome Ford took over when Chubb got hurt, and I think he had almost 100 yards rushing and like 2 touchdowns or something. I picked him up in fantasy, and he's actually getting pretty decent points for basically a no-name person.
Lance, you were kind of mentioning that you wanted to put him in bubble.
With Deshaun and Chubb. Let me remind you though, week 4, Deshaun Watson was out. 28-3, they lost to the Ravens. That's why I'm putting them in shit right now.
I'm with it. I think we're gonna go shit still.
That's
Lance
fine.
wins this argument. I was the deciding vote.
With Deshaun, I would have considered bubble, but I don't know how long he's going to be out.
Right. I haven't heard too much other than the fact that he isn't going to be starting.
Okay. Next, we're going to go to the Baltimore Ravens. 3-2. They look like they're the best team in the division, but that is not saying a lot right now. Honestly, you guys know how I feel about Lamar Jackson. I would love to put them in shit, but I know we probably got to put them in playoffs or bubble at least.
I think we can safely put them in the bubble and be comfortable not putting one of their division teams in the playoffs.
I agree with that. Yeah. Because you know the next team's going to be shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Bubble it up.
All right, they're in the bubble.
All right. Pittsburgh Steelers. They are wasting that defense with that horrible offense. I'm all with.
Bubble it up.
You want them in the bubble?
Yep.
Why?
No team in this division gets to go to the playoffs.
Well, no, I'm not saying
Either
that.
No,
shit
we
or
should
bubble.
send them down
I
low.
think-
I would do more shit.
I wouldn't put them in more shit. Their defense is too good.
Yeah, you're right about that. I would do shit.
But
Slap them
I'm
next to.
I'm hearing the crowds in Pittsburgh fire Matt Canada because that offense can't do anything. So are we putting them in
Their
bubble
offensive
or shit?
Their offensive coordinator has the last name Canada.
Yes.
More shit.
More shit. I'm okay.
Put them in shit.
Okay, I'm okay with shit. I don't want to put them in the bubble because, God, dude, I really thought I think we all thought that the Bengals were going to be able to hold on to this. But now that they tanked and the Ravens are kind of struggling, it's like, boy, I don't know. This division's bad. This might be the worst division in the league.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I think so. I think it is.
Okay. I got him in
Yeah.
shit.
Stupid maple syrup drinkers.
All right. Let's go to the NFC West. Going to start off with the Arizona Cardinals. They're 1-4. They're without their starting quarterback, new head coach. He's got to kind of lighten a fire under their belly, but I mean this Cardinal team isn't really worth a damn. The only thing they've done is beaten the Cowboys, but we'll get to them. Cardinals, I don't know though. Are we putting them in more shit?
I think so. That's where I'm at.
More shit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Nothing's jumping out. You give me some highlights or something other than your win against the. That wasn't even. I mean, you can't even pull highlights from that. That was just embarrassing for the Cowboys to lose to them. I don't know. Yeah. There's nothing to care about.
They're in full rebuild mode, and everyone knows it.
Yeah.
James Conner's their only good player, I think.
I can't tell you another player on there because Josh Dobbs, but quarterback.
You guys are naming players I don't even know. All right, next. They got more shit.
Okay. Next is Los Angeles Rams, 2-3. They just got Cooper Kupp back. They looked better with him. Still lost to the Eagles last week. 2 years removed from the Super Bowl. I don't know. What do we do with these Rams? I kind of want to put them in the bubble.
That's where I have them.
I would put them in the playoffs. They lost to the Eagles, but they put up a pretty good fight against probably the second best team in the NFC.
And I mean, they only lost to the Niners by a touchdown.
I still don't think that this, as of right now, we can confidently put them in the playoff.
The only thing is their 2-3 record for me.
That's where I'm at. Is like right now, I think we have to keep them in the bubble. I don't think that they'll be in the bubble in 5 more weeks.
Yeah,
and I think we'll know what
not.
direction they're heading after that. As we go, we'll fine tune these lists, but I wouldn't put them in playoffs yet. I want to put them in the bubble. It's up to you guys. Bubble it up.
Bubble it up.
All right, who's next?
All right, next, second in the NFC West, the Seattle Seahawks, 3-1. They're, I mean, he's tossing the pill around. They're the only team to beat the Lions so far this year. You guys go ahead.
I would put them in playoffs.
I would put them in the bubble.
That means they're going to be in the bubble.
I think the Rams have a better shot at playoffs over the Seahawks.
I like the Rams better, but Phil, I might have to agree with you right now. Seahawks are playoff team.
I think they are. And listen, that the only thing is
that
I think
might change.
Yeah, and you're fine with that, but I think that right now they're looking good enough to be in the playoffs, regardless if it's a wild card spot or not. So I put them in the playoffs. It's only been 5 weeks. It's only been 5 weeks.
Number one team in the NFC West and the number one team in my book in the NFL. San Francisco 49ers.
And the number one team in our hearts.
Brock Purdy is number one in my heart.
Contender.
I mean, what else? What do you have to say about this team? They're a juggernaut.
Yep.
They're an absolute machine.
Yep.
Super Bowl contender. Super Bowl favorite right now.
Absolutely. Super Bowl favorite is correct.
All right.
Luke, wait.
Contender, chicken tender.
There you go. All right, next.
All right. From the best team in the NFL to maybe the worst team in the NFL, we're going to kick it over to the AFC West. My beloved Broncos are absolute dog shit. I think you should create a category below more shit where the Broncos belong. Oh, such a disappointment. Year after year after year. Denver's in more shit right now.
Luke?
Yeah. More shit. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that this team is just a mess. I think if you can keep all the same people and just tighten everything up, it's just a mess. It feels like people are trying to do one thing while other people are trying to do another thing. I was really disappointed in Okay, so just so everybody that's listening to the podcast right now knows this, we're recording this on Friday the 13th of October. So we have already watched the Broncos lose to the Chiefs in week 6.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anyway, we watched on Thursday, or I was watching on Thursday night, and I'll tell you what, that was not a fun game to watch if you're a Broncos fan at all. You didn't get to see anything. Yeah, your defense stopped them in the
Yeah.
red zone, but
So
they're
that's
still
just
putting up
Ben.
yards. It's just miserable to
So
watch a game like that.
Good grief! What can we just put a complete game together? Defense finally stopped Kansas City in Patrick Mahomes' tenure. 19 points is probably the least amount of points he has put up against us since he has been a Kansas City Chief. And the offense can't do shit.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, they're killing the Commanders and they're beating the Raiders, and their defense can't stop anybody.
Yep.
It's just,
They're a mess.
unbelievable.
More
Such
shit.
a mess.
We put them in
More
more
shit.
All right, who's next?
All right, next is my arch rival, the Las Vegas Raiders, sitting at 2-3, fresh off of beating Luke's Packers on Monday Night Football.
They got to be bubble.
I don't know what this bubble. No way.
They got to be.
I'd say shit.
Shit.
Your Packers are in the bubble.
That's because they're in a different division.
Different conference.
Yeah, shit.
What makes you think that the Raiders have a chance at making playoffs? The slightest chance. I just don't see it.
The lack of strength in the
AFC? I mean,
maybe not that, but
they're not
you
even
have a
gonna
stacked
finish second in
division.
their
You have a
division.
stacked division in the AFC. I don't know. You're probably right. There is a lot of Let's put them in shit. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Next, Los Angeles Chargers sitting at 2-2, fresh off a bye. I mean, very, very good offensive team. They just can't get out of the way of their own foot. Brandon Staley's got to put his head out of his ass, and the Chargers can start winning games. They're a bubble team for me. The Chargers always do this. They're always sitting on the bubble, then they fuck it up at the end of the year. So, I mean, I got to put them on the bubble. They're too good. Justin Herbert is too good to be in shit.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Stud.
Once they get Austin Eckler back. Very good back.
Yep, I'm with it. I'm good bubbling them right now,
I
but they
agree with
should
bubble.
they should be in playoffs. They should be in the
They
playoffs
should.
category, but
Absolutely.
they're not going to be. They don't deserve it
They're
yet.
not going to be. Nope.
Okay.
All right. Next, Kansas City Chiefs, reigning Super Bowl champions. They're now sitting at 5-1 after beating my Broncos last night. Chiefs don't look great.
I know. I want to just put them in playoffs.
They're a playoff team. Just playoffs.
Yep. I agree.
And I know they always do this. They start off slow, and then in December they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And crush everybody. But I dare to say I think it's gonna be different this year because I don't trust any of their receivers other than Kelce. And I don't know if Kelsey's gonna win you 4 or 5 3-4 playoff games anymore.
I agree. I think you slot them right in playoffs. What do you think, Luke?
I'm fine with playoffs, but they would be like a playoffs plus team to me.
Okay, I think that's fair, but I don't think that they deserve contenders minus.
I wouldn't put them.
Really?
Wouldn't put them in playoffs plus. No.
They need
Not
to.
right now.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying, Lance. I think that the only thing that's winning them games is the connection between Mahomes and Kelce, and that's and their running game is actually really good.
Their defense is good. Their defense is a lot better than years past.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah,
there's
just
there's
playoffs for me.
playoffs it's a clean playoffs. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna hop back to the NFC East. Holy smokes, the New York Giants.
More shit.
Honestly, right now, I just want to say I think throw all the records out, the New York Giants are the worst team in the NFL right now.
I am 100% with you. They are absolutely the worst.
I would love to see a game between the Giants and the Bears, and I think the Bears would win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just go through who is in our more shit right now. The Panthers, the Bears, the Cardinals, and the Broncos and the Giants, okay? Now, all those teams playing the Giants, who's winning? Carolina. I think that the Giants might win that one.
That
Yeah.
one would be close.
Just Giants, dude, they still have
5 out of 10
decent
times,
defense.
each of them are winning 5 out of 10 times. They're neck and neck.
Okay.
Bears
Okay.
beat the Giants. Cardinals probably squeak out a dumb win against the Giants. And I think your Broncos beat the
Cardinals.
Giants. You think they beat the Cardinals?
Well, they did already this year, week 2. But
That's
if they
their
played
one
again,
win.
yeah, I would hope Denver could beat.
I know. I think they could. I think that I'm with you. Records aside, Giants are the worst team in the league. Daniel Jones is a meme. He walks around and looks confused and concerned all the fucking time. That's his natural face.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Okay. Next, we got the Washington Commanders sitting at 2-3. They've had, well, one impressive game, putting up 35, but it was against my Broncos. Their only 2 wins are against Denver and Arizona. I think that's all I have to say.
Shit.
They're shit.
Shit.
Only thing keeping them from more shit is they did play with the Eagles too. They took them to overtime.
Yeah.
Keep them in shit.
Yep. Okay, next.
The Dallas Cowboys sitting at 3-2. Playoffs. Defense looks great. I mean,
offense looks shit.
Offense looks shit.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd honestly put Dallas in the bubble.
I'm good with bubble. Their defense keeps it interesting, but their offense should be a powerhouse.
So like bad.
Boy. Okay, I would have said playoffs.
Like we say,
but you guys pick bubble. We'll put them in the bubble. Okay.
And that leaves us with Philadelphia Eagles. They're the second only undefeated team right now. Philly, I mean, they just win games. They just know how to win games. Doesn't matter how. Philly just wins.
I hate it.
I know you hate it. Me personally, I gotta put them in Super Bowl contender.
I think I do too. It's just so sad to me. I fucking hate the Eagles. Contenders, Luke.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say contenders, but more of like a
contender minus.
Contenders minus.
Okay.
I mean, if we'll get through all of them, but for me right now, I think there's only, if we're doing contenders and contender minus, I have 2 in contenders and 2 in contender minus.
I'm 100% with you.
But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right, that takes us to the last division, the AFC East.
This is a good division.
The New England Patriots.
Minus the Patriots. This is a more shit team.
This is a more shit team. I have no words.
They're literally going to lose Bill Belichick's job for him.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, man. Mac Jones, I think, had a But he had a terrible QBR. Like awful. It was like one of the worst fucking oh man. I thought he was gonna be better. I really did. I had hope for
I
him.
thought so too. Yeah. I was hoping he would go to Denver in that draft. Denver could have taken him.
Yeah, they should have maybe. They maybe wouldn't have. Wow. He I don't know. Russ isn't looking good either. So
No. Yeah, more shit.
more shit.
More shit.
All right, next.
All right, next. New York Jets. Defenses. Damn.
I'll put
That's
him
a
in
good defense.
bubble for me.
I think honestly,
Shit.
after that Chiefs game, it looked like Zach Wilson might have started to figure things out. I think he could get them to the bubble.
Yep, I'm with you.
I'm all right putting them in the bubble
Me too.
right now. All right. That takes us to the Buffalo Bills. I mean, look, they're sitting at 3-2. Their two wins are Aaron Rodgers opening game 9-11 in New York. The Jets were destined to win that night, even with Rodgers going down. And then they lose a game over in London where they didn't wake up. They didn't wake up in time.
Yep.
For
Too
me,
much jet lag.
defense contained the Dolphins. They killed the Dolphins. For me, I'm putting Buffalo in contender.
I am with you. They are.
Playoffs.
Wow. Okay. Well, they're in contender because
Josh Allen, he's
he's
you
inconsistent.
guys can put him there. He's very inconsistent. He because what was that stat just a couple weeks ago? He's got some like the most touchdowns in 5 years, but at the same time he's tied for most interceptions too.
Mhm.
He
I
is
think
way
that was
too
after.
inconsistent for me.
Yeah.
I still have them in contender. I think that you can't. It's like they're kind of starting to feel like Tom Brady Patriots. Like they're not always gonna just like blow everybody out throughout the season, but once playoffs hits, I feel like they're gonna. Or actually, kind of seems like once week 10 hits, they'd start to put everybody on notice. Like, hey, don't forget about us. And then they're always competing, so I'm gonna put them in contenders. They're scary when they want to be.
All right. The Miami Dolphins, sitting at 41. They put up a 70-point game sometime this season. I don't remember exactly when that was, but I can tell you exactly what it was. But I mean, fastest team in the NFL.
Contenders to me.
Contenders.
As of right now, everybody's healthy, right?
Yep.
They're all healthy. We have to put them in contenders. If that team is healthy, they will be contenders. Okay? We got a fucking list, guys! Alright. There it is. Everybody can see it. Let's jump into our picks and get our picks done here, Lance.
Yep.
Swing right into it.
All right. Well, I hung on to my lead. I'm still the top dog sitting at 48. Luke is in second at 47. Gabe is right behind him at 46. And Phil is sitting at 4-1. Quick recap from Thursday Night Football. I was the only one that took my Broncos. That is not going to keep happening. I'm probably no longer picking my Broncos for the year, but so we'll just move right into Sunday morning. We got another game in London. It is technically Ravens at the Titans, but it is across the pond. Who wants to go first?
Luke, go first.
Well, you're in the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go with Titans on this one. Think good defense. I don't like Baltimore right now.
Luke, you're
That's all
next.
I gotta say.
I will also go with the Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Titans as well.
Okay. Moving to the Sunday noon games. Commanders at the Falcons. I will be taking Atlanta in this one.
Falcons.
Also,
Falcons across the board. All right. Next, we got the Vikings are at the Chicago Bears. I think it's going to be a rough one, especially with Justin Jefferson fresh on IR. Bears got a win under their belt. Sorry, Phil. I'm going to take the Bears in this one.
I am also going to take the Bears. And for a potential extra half point, bet that it will not be a one-score game.
I'm gonna take the Vikings, and for an extra half point, Jordan Addison's gonna go for 100 and a touchdown.
We're not actually counting these half points, by the way.
Thank
This is
God.
just to us.
All right. Next, Seahawks at the Bengals. I'm actually thinking that Bengals might have turned a corner last week. Seattle, I think just history-wise, I don't think they're very good when they travel to the other side of the country. I'm going to go with Bengals on this one. Bengals upset.
Seattle.
Seattle.
I hate the Bengals this year.
Going with the Seahawks as well.
All right. We got the 49ers at the Browns. I believe Deshaun Watson is still out. I don't think it matters. 49ers.
Niners.
As well.
Okay. Next, the Panthers at the Dolphins. Dolphins.
It's potentially second 70-plus point game in the season.
Oh boy, yeah.
Dolphins.
Dolphins get to play a lot of shit teams this year. What's going on?
No kidding.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins as well.
Okay. The Lions at the Buccaneers. This is an interesting one. You know, Bucks fresh off a bye. Damn, Baker plays with a chip on his shoulder. I'm gonna do something, guys. I think the Bucks pull the upset on this one.
I think it's going to be close, but I am going to say that the Lions are going to be a little bit scrappier.
I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks on this one as well. I gotta follow Baker. Baker is probably my favorite individual player in the league. I have no idea why I have his Browns jersey. I just like Baker Mayfield.
I tried following him last year when he was on the Panthers, and he always disappointed me.
This is a new Baker.
This is a new Baker. This is college.
Right.
This is college Baker.
This is college Baker, absolutely. All right. Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know. I have to look up the record, but I think it's like 5 straight the Colts have lost in Jacksonville. I think the streak continues. Jacksonville.
Jaguars.
Jags.
All right. Interesting one to close the noon games. Saints at the Texans. You know, I like CJ Stroud right now. I'm gonna go with the Texans on this one.
Fuck them Saints. Texans.
Guys, is this the second week in a row that we all picked the Texans?
No, me and Luke picked Falcons last week. Or no, Luke was the only one to pick the Texans.
Or
Everyone
2 weeks
else
ago.
picked
2 weeks ago,
Falcons.
we all picked Texans, correct?
Maybe. I gotta look. Oh no, it was Texans Steelers. You picked the Texans. I don't think
I've
picked
been
the
riding
Texans
high
yet.
on these Texans, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the Texans.
Okay. Oh, Patriots at the Raiders.
Some of these games.
They
man.
don't get it. Oh, by the way, this starts our Sunday afternoon games. I don't think the Patriots can't fix that mess in 1 week. Raiders.
Raiders.
Raiders is well.
Okay. Cardinals at the Rams. Gotta go with LA on this one. Rams for me.
Ramming.
Rams.
All right. Eagles at the Jets. I would love to take the Jets in an upset, but I don't believe it's going to happen this week. So Eagles for me.
Eagles.
Eagles.
All right. Sunday night football is a doozy. Giants at the Bills.
Oh no.
Do I even have to ask everyone? It's Bills for me.
As well.
Bills.
And to close off week 6, we got the Cowboys traveling west to the Los Angeles Chargers. I think in the tier list, I said what I needed to say about the Cowboys going to LA. Chargers don't really have a home field advantage, but I just think Chargers offense is way better than Dallas's right now. And I think that's going to be a factor. Chargers for me.
I am going to go Cowboys because I think their defense is going to screw with Justin Herbert.
I think I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one as well. I'm with you, Lance. That one I agree. All right. Is that all the games?
And yep, and bye weeks, bye teams this year are the Packers and Steelers.
Packers and Steelers get the bye this week. So we got one. We're missing one game. All right. Yeah. All righty. There is the picks for this podcast. Give me 1 second. I think that's everything. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you guys listening all the way to the end. This is another 1 hour episode. We suck at getting these down. Someday we will figure it out. But for now, you're just going to have to listen to an hour episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and give us a like. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Maybe we'll bring some stuff up that we're not usually bringing up. We can kind of figure some new things out. Don't forget to follow the Instagram on, or what is the @
It's huge_podcast. Huge_sack_podcast.
All right. And yeah, I think, I don't know, did we want to do a quick Lance's Corner?
Yeah, we probably could.
All right, have at it, bro.
Got the ball bag right here.
Lance's ball bag. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, right. All right. Lance's ball bag, week 5. Here we go. Kicked it off with Thursday night football. Bears at the Commanders. DJ Moore, have yourself a night. 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bears crushed the Commanders 40-20. Sunday, we had a London game early in the morning. Bills fell asleep in the first half. It wasn't enough. The Jags win again in London, 25-20. That Jaguars over the Bills. Sunday at noon, Desmond Ridder leads the Falcons to a comeback. The Falcons down the Texans 21-19. Lions continue to roll. Big day for Adam Thielen, but it wasn't enough. Lions roll over the Panthers 42-24. Next in Indy, Jonathan Taylor returns, but Zach Moss, he's the hero of the game. Titans 16, Colts 23. Next down in Miami, it's Devon Achane and Tyreek Hill. They're simply too fast. They had two of the fastest plays in NFL history. Dolphins take care of business, 31 over the Giants, 16. Next, Bill Belichick is coming off his worst loss ever in his career. Backs it up with probably worst home loss in his career. Saints 34, Patriots 0. Next, Pickett calls the Randy, tosses up a jump ball to George Pickens. They complete the comeback. Steelers 17 over the Baltimore Ravens 10. Head to Sunday afternoon. Eagles defense shuts down the Rams in the second half. Eagles are the winners 23-14. Jamar Chase goes off after his comment. He's always open. He's always fucking open, all right? So he posts 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bengals get the win 34-20 over the Cardinals. Next, Jets at the Broncos. Nathaniel Hackett's revenge game. He gets his revenge. Jets 31, Broncos 21. Next, the Chiefs hold off the Vikings, and Kelsey gets hurt in the game. He still scores. Chiefs 27, Vikings 20. Sunday Night Football. The only thing we have to talk about this is full 49ers domination. 49ers crush the Cowboys 42-10. And Monday Night Football, Luke's Packers head to the Las Vegas Raiders. Story of the game is Love's decision making. He gets picked off 3 times. Packers lose 13-17 over the Raiders. And that is your week 5.
Hell yeah. Hey, and I just want everyone to know I was going to be mean about Luke commenting about my Vikings turning the ball over 3 times last week. He said that he predicted that they would turn the ball over 3 times. And they just did once. It was once. So. But I'm not gonna. Lance did it for me. So. Alright. Is that good for everybody? I think we're good. Send us off, guys.
Well, the Chiefs bucked us, but Broncos country, let's ride.
Go Pack Go.
Ooh, he uses normal one. Skull, baby.